Sige. Siguro, alright. Let's talk about more of your personal collection. Like, me and Mike are super curious kasi
Yeah.
kami, kami ni Mike, syempre, we nickel and dime. As in, tatawad kami to the last piso to just make the most money that we can save.
uh, right.
So, with you, sir, like with your experience and of course with taking into consideration yung income nyo and your financial obligations and all that commitments and stuff. Paano nyo po binabudget yung pagbili nyo ng sports cards?
Okay, first and foremost, no, kailangan mo munang, you can never, there's no such thing as buy it all. No? I think kahit may budget ka, there's no such thing as you can't even buy anything. No? I think you can't buy everything. No? During the 90s siguro probably, no? There was a certain guy, no, my friend during the 90s. Lahat ng Michael Jordan na lumabas from 1995 to 1998 meron siya.
Wow.
Okay? So during the 90s, meron siya. Okay? I think he only lacks around one to two cards lang yun wala niya. But lahat ng linabas from 1995 to 1998, meron yung friend ko na Michael Jordan. No? I also have a friend, no, Danny Mondelo. During that time, from 1995 to 1999, meron siyang Shaquille. I think may mga 4 or 5 lang ang wala siya. No? During that time, kaya mo yun. This time, hindi mo kaya.
Hindi na.
No? If you buy a Jamoran, there's no chance that you're gonna get all the Jamoran na variation, no?
Yeah.
So for me, kailangan mo rin talaga magbenta. You set aside your income in sports card investing. Then you buy a certain card na you really want, no? So parang ano lang yan, negosyo. Buy and sell, buy and sell. So ganun lang. Wag kang tanggapin mo na hindi mo kaya lahat. You don't buy a one-of-one right now. You can't even buy that right now. So alam mo yun. So tanggapin mo na yung budget mo is itong card lang na to. Then if you want a better card, so you tend to sell some of your good cards for you to buy those cards na very rare. No? So it's all about budget din. No? Pero the most important thing is kailangan mong kumita through sports card investing, para kahit pa paano may budget ka pambili ng card na gusto mo. Right. Which is, yun ang pinaka-important. Kailangan mo kumita para makabili ka ng mas mahal at mas gusto mong card. No? Ganun lang.
Right, so I see it as wag kang maging greedy at maging patient rin. Patient in a sense na you sell para you get more money to buy those expensive cards that you like.
Yes, kasi tsaka ano lang, it's just like you could afford to lose, no? Only you have enough money to buy lang, no? It's not that you need to buy sports cards if you have a lot of obligations, no? So bibili ka lang if you have extra money and you could afford to lose that money, just like in stock. Kasi you can never tell if the card would increase or decrease in value. So, alam mo yung buy cards that you could afford to lose, no? At the same time, you could afford to let that card sleep for probably a year or 2 or 3 years. No? Perfect example is Devin Booker. No? Pinatulog ni Karlo yon ng 4 years. Pumutok siya sa bubble. Pero isipin mo, 4 years niya pinatulog yon. No? So, nakabenta siya nung Booker, nung si D-Book, pero he waited for 3 to 4 years before that guy explode, no? Bigla nagkaroon ng demand. So, I think better for you to buy sports card, no? That you could let your money sleep for a while, no? Kasi swerte ka na if that card of yours become Luka Doncic, no? Na overnight success or 1 week kumita.
Right.
So I think budget din.
Okay.
Budget din. Kasi pag hindi budgeted yan, bebenta mo ng palugian pag nangailangan ka ng pera.
Kaya pala talaga naging uso yung phrase na unload to reload.
Yes.
Mm.
Tama yun.
Unload
Unload to reload.
reload.
Okay.
Kaso pag in-unload mo, kailangan may bumili para maka-reload ka.
Syempre.
Yun lang.
Oo, paano pag mahal yung i-unload mo, di wala rin bibili. So, yun lang eh. Saka ano rin naging factor din yun, yung boom ng sports card ngayon because of the grading, no? Come to think of it, meron akong pinag-grade yung June hanggang ngayon, di pa lumalabas, no? So I think due to the COVID, no, medyo matagal ang labas ng grading ngayon, nagkaroon ng mas maraming demand, no? Kasi mas maraming nag-ipit na cards for grading, so mas maraming demand right now, mga slab cards. I think nandun yung factor ng paglabas ng mga grading nila. I think medyo bababa yung demand because of the supply already. Pero sa ngayon, medyo konti-konti lang lumalabas. So konti-konti. So ang tendency, people really buy a lot of slab cards ngayon because of the inconsistency of those grading companies.
Okay. So, kayo naman, sir, like personally, sa dinami-dami ng lahat ng cards nyo, alin din yung siguro favorite mo?
Yeah. Sir.
Pinaka-favorite ko probably would be those cards na pinagrade ko na bumalik very, very high score. Yun din yung fulfillment ko na, wow, kumita ako because I just buy this a raw price, then it turns out to be a 10, no? So the value did increase 4 times, no? Maybe 5 times. So yun yung fulfillment ko. I think yun yung maganda yung feeling ba, maganda yung pakiramdam mo sa card, lalo na pag nag-10 yung mga score. So I think yun yung mga favorite cards ko. Pero lahat yan favorite ko para sa akin kasi lahat yan investment eh. Kumbaga lahat may pupunta tayo. So lahat yan favorite natin. But the most fulfilling part or most favorite is the one that I let it grade, no? And I'm satisfied with the grade. So I think that's the fulfillment factor. At the same time, kumita rin tayo kahit
Yes, sir. Can you tell us maybe like one or two of your favorite players sa PC nyo, sir?
Okay, I like a lot of sleepers. Marami akong kino-collect na sleepers ngayon. I'm not really sure. I don't want to suggest some sleepers kasi baka mamaya hindi pumotok ako pamamuran. But I think I have a lot of sleepers right now. No? I have around 4 to 5 sleepers right now. So, but my favorite collection right now would still be Michael Jordan. Syempre. Since 1999, Michael Jordan doesn't sign anymore. So I think, okay, let's face it. Michael Jordan, 1995 already don't sign. No? I think he doesn't sign anymore since 1999. So ang tendency ng card niya tumaas. Kobe Bryant wouldn't sign anymore because, as we all know, the tragic happened to Kobe. But Kobe played 20 seasons from the NBA. So 20 years pumirma yon. So the demand of Kobe over Jordan, mas maraming demand ni Jordan because konti lang talaga yung pinirma ni Jordan. Kobe played in the NBA for 20 seasons and I think marami pa siyang sticker sa panini na hindi pa linalabas. So ang dami niyang signature. So I think the most important, ang favorite ko pa rin is the Michael Jordan card. No? I only have one Michael Jordan autograph, but I think that's the most favorite. I think pinaka-favorite ko and the most precious card for me.
Yes.
I don't have any Kobe cards, no. I don't have any Kobe. But if you will look around, no, there's a lot of Kobe cards, no? Kobe autograph cards at the moment. No? But Michael Jordan, you can't even see, no. In Michael Jordan, no, you can't even see. If you could see, minimum is 200 grand, 300 grand. So since 1999, hindi na siya pumipirma. So yun ang even Upper Deck, no? Kahit sa Upper Deck, hindi na rin siya pumipirma. So even though exclusive siya kay Upper Deck, hindi na siya pumipirma. So that's how precious Michael Jordan card right now.
Grabe pala talaga. Pag
LeBron, maraming pirma. Maraming pirma. Pero Michael Jordan, kaya idol ko si Karlo Rodriguez, no? Hi kay Karlo. He has a lot of Michael Jordan cards and can't afford ako bumili sa kanya. Carlo Rodriguez. Napakarami.
We gotta get him on the show, Justin.
Pwede.
We gotta get him on the show.
Yes,
Sige.
definitely. Carlo Rodriguez, Carlo Rodriguez. I think, Justin, if you don't, pakilala kita kay Carlo. He has a lot of Michael Jordan card, and I think
Right.
he has I think yung Michael Jordan niya could buy basta, siguro, Maserati
Bahay.
kaya.
Bahay.
Okay na.
Maserati siguro na kotse. Bahay, pwede rin. No? Mga townhouse, mga three-story na
Grabe.
4-car park kaya ni Karlo because of Michael Jordan.
Grabe.
Sige. Let's
Right.
try to get him on sometime.
Yeah.
Okay. Sige, curious kami ni Myko. Kasi madalas we talk about cards in general and then the players themselves. Syempre, pag bumili ka ng Zion, I mean, everyone wants a Zion. Mahal na. Pero when you buy sleepers, yun nga, parang nasabi mo, masaya sa feeling kasi nakabili ka medyo mura pa lang. Tapos hindi mo alam kung magiging sobrang taas yung value later on. So, siguro, paano ka nag-evaluate ng sleepers? Kasi ang daming pwedeng maging, sleepers, quote and quote. Like, kahit sino na hindi pa superstar, pwedeng makonsider na sleeper. So, sa dinami-dami ng choices out there, what siguro is your criteria? Or bakit ka naniniwala in certain players over others? So, yun.
Okay, first thing and foremost, no, how do I evaluate yung cards, no, tsaka yung sleepers, no? Okay. With Zion and Jamoran kasi, paglabas pa lang nila, mataas na sila, no? I'm speaking of those two players, no? You could see a Zion, Williamson, Prism, RC. Paglabas niya, nasa 5,000, nag-stable siya ng mga 8,000. So, ang tendency kasi, pag mataas na yung card mo, mahirap siya dumoble. No? Mahirap siya dumoble. Kasi mataas na siya no?
Right.
And yun ang pwede siya dumoble but it would take time. No? Unless na maging Luka siya na from a sophomore year becomes a MVP caliber player, ayun talaga may tendency dumoble. No? Pero let's go into a very, very realistic approach. No? If you buy a Luka Doncic or if you buy a Zion or a Ja, ang tendency ang increase niya is gradually, no? So why do I look at sleepers? Kasi mas mababa siya, hindi siya masyado pricey, mas mabilis magdoble yung presyo mo.
Yeah. Exponential.
Okay? Yeah. Yes, exponential. Okay? I'll cite you a perfect example. Sorry, Justin, but June 13, I bought a MPJ PSA 10, which you bought from me. Okay?
Go lang.
Okay? I bought 43 pieces of that.
Oh, wow.
I bought 43 pieces of that at $100 each. Okay? Hindi pa nagbabubble. The NBA doesn't know when to start. Okay? I have 43 pieces of each. If you want to talk to your fellow chatmate dun sa card, feeling ko 95% lahat ng PSA 10 ni Michael Porter Jr. galing sa akin.
No? Parang nga ata.
No, so akin lahat 'yon, no? Akin lahat 'yon. Feeling ko lang akin lahat 'yon. So nag-release ako. So ang tendency, binili ko siya ng 5,000 dahil hindi pa siya ganun ka-pricey. Nag-double yung price, nag-triple yung price, nag-quadruple yung price, at nag-peak siya ng 30,000 pesos.
Right.
From a mere investment of 5,000.
Wow.
Yes. Okay. If you're going to buy a Zion Williamson at 25,000, siya pwede times 5, it will never become 150,000. But the Michael Porter become 30,000 kasi times 5, times 6 siya. So, basically, dun ang hinahanap kong sleeper. So, sabi nga nila, it's a big risk big reward yun mga sleepers. No? So to answer your question, kung ano yung mga criteria ko for sleepers, first of all, they need to have minutes. No? They need to have minutes. No?
Right.
I think una-una, two yon. They need to be a starter for me and they need to have minutes. Okay? Hindi siya magiging sleeper pag hindi siya naglalaro. So first consideration, if they are a starter and they play long minutes. Second, probably would be the hobby, no? As I've told before, demand dictates prices, no? And I think the demand is always on the guard and the small forward. No, it's just like Michael Jordan, a small guard, or a Kobe SG, or a LeBron at extent, no? Don't ever get a center or a power forward, no? For your sleeper, no? Kasi hindi siya gagaling siya, pero wala naman demand.
Yeah.
So hindi pa rin tataas yung card. Hindi pa rin tataas yung card, no? So I think that's the two most important thing is you get to see the player play, and at the same time, don't ever get a big man. Yun lang ang masasabi ko.
Okay.
Just like for example, Anthony Davis, no? He plays well. He's an NBA Finals champion. He's an Olympic champion. He's an NCAA champion. But yung demand niya hindi ganun kalaki. So I think that's the most important thing, no? For you to get some sleepers. So he needs to play and may demand siya sa market.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, I'll just give you a perfect example of my sleeper right now. I think I'm collecting Kobe White right now. No?
Yes.
Pansin ko nga.
Yes, agree.
Yes, I have 74 pieces of Kobe White already, PSA 10, no?
Wow.
So, meron na ako noon. So, just in case kailangan niya ng Kobe White by next season. Okay,
you guys know who the hit of.
Meron na.
Pieces na ako ng PSA 10, no?
May magre-reserve na.
Base lang yan. Right now, that's my biggest sleeper right now, and I think I have some RJ Barrett and some Baisley, no? Darius Baisley.
Right.
Kasi yung market kasi sa NBA from the very start during 90s, gusto nila yung high school na papasok sa NBA. Alam mo yun, they want that blend. Parang Kevin Garnett, Kobe Bryant, they always compare it that the high school player jumps to the NBA and this guy becomes a superstar, no? So mahilig yung mga demand ng mga ganon. So I consider Darius Baisley right now because he came from high school, jumped to the NBA, no? So I hope he plays next year, no? He plays good next year, so the card value would increase, no? So I think that would be my three sleepers right now. It's Kobe White, number 1. Number 2, it's Darius Baisley. Number 3 would be Barrett. So walang power forward, no? Small forward tsaka guard. Yun lang ang nakikita.
Yeah, I
Yun
agree.
yung consideration ko ng sleeper. They need to have minutes and they need to have demand, no, for the collectors.
Yes, sir. I agree na guards and small forwards will really gain that momentum when it comes to cards because they're the flashy players. They're the easy to see highlights. No,
Yes, because they compare the
nowadays,
small forward to LeBron. That's it. They
Exactly.
compare the small guard to Jordan or Kobe. So, syempre, di ba? You get the top 3 most expensive players right now, Kobe, Jordan, and Kobe. So, they get a small forward with a small guard.
Right.
Ganun lang kasimple yan. Ganun lang kasimple.
Buti na lang may ano rin
You
ako.
don't get center
Kobe
para
White,
maging Shaquille.
RJ Barrett.
You don't get center para maging Shaquille. Walang ganun.
Right.
Sige. Baisley, pwede rin
So,
siguro,
sana,
no?
fingers crossed, sana pumuntok si Kobe White.
Baisley. Sige.
Galing lang ng laro ni Baisley sa bubble. I was surprised he would play point guard at sometimes before the playoffs when they would rest the players. Second quarter or garbage minutes ng third quarter, Baisley would play point guard. Siya nagdadala ng bola.
He's long, he has a shooting.
Yeah, very versatile.
So, versatile. And he's 19, 20 years old. So, alam mo, if he plays well
Huge
and Gallinari
potential.
gets out of Oklahoma, I think it's a very good thing for Baisley. No? I think, yun lang. Yun lang yung advice ko. No? So if you get sleepers, I think it's Baisley. And the raw cards of Prism is around 600 to 700 pesos. So hindi ganun kasakit just in case mag-import siya ng Inebra in the future. And mag-import siya, so consider it lost. No? Alam mo yun, wala na yung pera.
Right.
So I think consider it the playing time, no, and the demand, no, for the investor, no. Kasi may demand talaga. It's really demand dictates the price talaga.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's we've been at it for 1 hour and 6 minutes. Pala. Overtime na.
Okay, anyway, I would like to okay, last na, no. I would like to advise some
of course. Go for it.
Sure, please.
Gonna watch this YouTube, no. I think the 4 important tips for me, no, for card investor is number 1 would be, sabi ko nga in the previous session, it's emotion, no, it's logic over emotion.
Logic over emotion. Right.
Yes, no. So basically, kung kumita ka na, regardless kung paborito mo tong player na to o crush mo tong player na to, basta kumita ka na, then you sell it, no. Second, of all the cards in the industry, if you get to check all the sports card investor, or if you check all the YouTube, the basis of the card increase is only Prism. No? So, lahat sila, if they say this card, ang example lagi nila is the Prism card. No?
Okay.
Right.
So, I think this is the most important thing, no, for those investors. If you want to earn money, concentrate ka lang sa Prism. Okay? For those newbies, there's a lot of variation of Prism. You have the green, you have the pink, you have the fast break, blah, 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 blah. So for me, you just get the Prism base and the Prism silver. Okay? Regardless, once you're in the market, you get to know what this color is. Itong pink, itong neon green, o ano ba tong black, or
dami
something
rin,
like that, no? Ang dami, sobrang daming variation, no? I think you need to concentrate on the Prism because that's the basis of all the sports card investor in the States, no? I think Prism would be the number 1, no?
Yeah.
So, if you get to buy a certain player for your collection, okay lang. But if you want to be a sports card investor, you only concentrate on Prism. That's it. Wala nang iba. Third siguro is timing, no? Timing is also very, very important. Wag kang bibili if the player is already on hype, no? Just like okay, sorry Justin, but just like Michael Porter Jr.
Hindi naman ako bumili sa peak nung 30,000. Okay lang.
Okay.
12,000. Wala naman problema yung 12,000. Yun, okay lang eh.
It's still a good buy, no? I could buy back to you for 10,000 yun, no? So I think it's a good buy, no? So wag kang bibili pag medyo peak na, no? Medyo mainit na, no? So I think timing will be very, very important. Wag kang bibili kung peak na kasi just like Michael Porter Jr., if we buy sa peak na mga 25,000, 24,000, mas malaki yung downside kaysa sa upside. So I think timing would be very important and wag kang sasabay sa trend, no? Just like Luka, pag bumili ka ng mga 70, 80,000 and you think that this Luka would reach 200,000, it's stupid, no? So wag kang sasabay sa trend, no? Wag kang sasabay sa trend. So kung nauna na yung pagtaas at hindi ka nakakuha, wag mo nang pilitin kumuha ng card and at the back of your mind, this card will still skyrocket and earn money, no? So I think that's the 3, and I think the fourth, I think is grading na rin, no? If you have extra money, there's a lot of room for income if you grade the cards, no? And there's only 3 grading cards company that you need to grade, no? Number 1 would be PSA, number 2 would be BGS, and number 3 would be SGC. I think SGC is almost, I'm not sure, but SGC is already number 3, no? So itong tatlo lang yung grading na may tiwala ka dapat, and I think as we all know, PSA is number 1, no, as at the moment. So I think that's the most important thing for the card investor. It's not the collector advice. Kasi kung collector ka, you buy everything.
Iba rin yung
So, pag ano ka lang,
dynamics.
yes. Basically, it's emotion, it's logic over emotion. Number 2, buy prism. Siguro pag wala ka mabili ng prism, buy optic and optic holo, no? Don't buy any variation of any color, no? Wag ka na. Kasi you'll get confused about the color, no? And number 3 would be timing. And number 4, grade your cards if you have extra money. So it would increase the chances of getting good cards, and kahit pa paano you could earn a little income out of those grading. Especially pag nag-10 ka or nag-9. Which right now, what I'm doing. No? So, yun lang. I get basically, nag-post ako, I got basically over, I think, 90 basically prism ang nakuha ko. So, pinag-grade ko lahat yun.
Wow.
So, I'm just hoping na sana maganda yung grade, then we'll see what happened to Baisley next. So, marami akong Baisley, marami akong Kobe. So, pag gusto nyo, pwede kayo bumili sa akin.
Sige. Noted yan, noted.
For sure.
But
Tsaka nagbabayad back ako ng Michael Porter kung bibenta mo ng 10,000.
Okay lang. May tiwala ako kay Michael Porter next season.
Pero kaya nga ako nagbabayad back sa kanya ng 10,000 kasi may tiwala.
Keep the faith.
He's
Keep
young
the faith.
and he's young and he's good.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Yun lang yung mga advice ko for those sports card investor. Pag collector ka naman, you buy the cards that you want to buy, do the budget, and hope that and support your player, no? Sabi nga ni EJ, no? Support your player whether he's injured or not, or if he's successful or not. You try to support your player because that's your personal.
Tama.
Right.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah. That's a wrap.
Okay,
That was a
so,
great episode. Like we were able to talk about yung backstory, Sir Chio Alvin, tapos culture ng hobby nowadays. Tapos even like a crash course for like a newbie. Yeah. It was a good, informative episode. Before we wrap it up, Sir Chio, do you have anything you like to say or anything to promote or plug?
Wala naman ako ipa-plug, no? Just to ensure all the safetyness of the card industry right now, because there's a lot of scammers out there, no? I think there's a certain guy who picture a card that's not his card, and he sells in marketplace, he sells on TV, or he sells on different FB groups, no? Just be careful with the things, no? Just be careful for the cards that you bought, and just be careful, no? If he cannot coin the card and he has no mutual friend, even though the card is so tempting, don't ever buy it. Yun lang masasabi ko. And to those people who plans to scam other fellow collector, wag nyo nang gawin, no? Kasi your face is all over the FB group, no? Para mag-scam. Kasi once you scam a collector,
makikilala ka talaga.
One person. You become famous, eh. Alam mo yun? Kasi people will hahanapin ka kahit sa marketplace. Itong tao nag-post na naman, itong tarantadong to nag-post na naman sa marketplace. Manluloko na naman, no? So, I think credibility-wise, no? Tsaka, yun lang. Tapos tsaka lastly, no, sa mga card collector na nagpapagrade, no, just be patient, no, sa mga result, no, kasi talagang backlog talaga yung mga graded, no. So just be patient and dasal-dasal din na sana mataas yung score.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Alright,
thank you so much.
Yeah, that wraps up our episode, Sir Chio. Thank you so much, Sir Chio, for taking out the
Thank you.
Grab it. I'm sure you have other responsibilities and you're also busy. So just want to say thank you so much.
Okay, right now I'm back to work. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank
Salamat,
you so much.
and sa ulitin.
Yeah. Stay safe, sir. Thank you.
Salamat din.
All right.
Thank you so much for watching. If you dig that video, please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. And last but not least, don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss out on any video.